What's up, everybody? This is Mico. I am here with the one and the only Reatha. We're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about a little bit how we met and how is this going in the future. Where is this company right here? I love this website. Wait till you see the website. Where we going? Hi, Reatha.
Hello, what's going on, Mico?
Hey, so this website right here. Now, let's talk about the business card first before we get started. So I see that you have owner and music director instead of DJ. Can you tell my audience the reason why you select those two terms instead of DJ?
Yeah, sure. So my biggest thing, and I'm sure that you can attest to this, is really to create experiences and a show element whenever we do anything when it comes to Skillzmatic entertainment. So I do my best to create a vibe. I work hard to understand, what my client's vision is. And from there, I try to read the room and create an experience that people hopefully will never forget. And furthermore, want to come back and say, hey, let's connect and let's, maybe collaborate for something in the future. So with that being said, I've also, evolved into more than just the DJ. And I could be a DJ at an event, I could MC, I could be a drummer. So, with all of those things in mind, I consider myself a music director. And maybe it could even evolve from there, not even just a music director. It could be an experience manager. I don't know. Just throwing something out there. But that's really where that came from. And I continue to try to be a person that evolves with the times and continues to create great experiences for anybody that I'm have the opportunity to work with.
Okay, good stuff. So I probably mentioned it before, but I'm not a club person. But when I met you at the event, it was Greens for Hoops. It was
Yeah.
a basketball event. Jennifer George,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
her interview is coming out soon.
So awesome.
um, but yeah, so the music that you were playing, I like you said, you create a mood. I like that. Um, sometimes you have, especially, with DJs, just from the past, and even kind of like now, it's still male dominated. You know what I mean? So a lot of times when you hear different music, it's, it'll go from like house music, then it goes to like 70s dance, and then it go to pop, and then it's a little of this and a little of that. But it also depends on the person, the
Yeah.
event. Maybe the person said, hey, I only want you to play gospel, upbeat gospel, or I only want you to play this type of music. You know what I mean? Well, give me a little of this artist and that artist. But I like how, I don't know if it's like a template or something you created, but whatever you did, if you have whatever you played that night, if you have that on a CD or a tape, I will buy it.
I can recreate it. I do
I
kind of
will buy
save everything. But yeah, I mean, I again, it's one of those things like when I'm going through the booking process with any client, regardless if it's going to be a wedding, if it's a gala, if it's simply the event that we met at, I'm walking with them through what is the atmosphere that if they walked into a room, what do they want to feel? What do they want to hear? What do they want to see? And try to create that from a musical aspect and create that experience where you feel like you were stepping, let's say, layman's terms, you're stepping into a music video of your choice. And
it.
it's a loop that you never want to leave from. So when I understand that from my clients, I'm able to understand, kind of their taste, but also
Mhm.
bringing to the table the fact that I understand your taste, but I'm going to read the room. If the room is feeling a certain way, I'm going to probably pivot to kind of keep that vibe going. And 9 times out of 10, it usually works.
Wow. Okay. Um, so when did you get into music? Actually, I have several questions. Hold on. When did you get into music? How did you know you wanted to like stay in this career, right? Or it's not a hobby because you get paid, but let's just say career.
Okay.
And then who are your like who inspired you to like be a music director?
I mean, I could tell you. Okay, so let's back up to question one. How did I get into it?
Mhm.
Really, I got into music in general from church. So I grew up in church. My mom was a choir
Oh,
director.
okay.
Uh, she used to try to make me sing, and I would just boohoo cry every time. But she's like, "You can sing," and I'm like, "I don't want to sing." So my way of kind of rebelling to not wanting to sing was find an instrument. So my first instrument is actually piano. And from there, I kind of segued into drums. And then I, as a drummer in church, I ended up my one of my friends at the time, their father was a radio DJ, and I would just, go with him every now and then, and he would get these events for like Sweet 16s and whatnot. And he's like, "You're the cool one, you know what they're listening to now. Just bring some stuff that they're listening to and I'll teach you how to blend." And I'm like, "Okay." So from there, I started with CDJs, okay, and bringing a case of CDs,
Mhm.
coming to gigs with him and jumping on for maybe 30, 45 minute set at a time throughout the night. And from there, he kept teaching me little, like, dropping nuggets, and continued to get me in the door to get some more experiences. And I started understanding, how to blend music. At one point I was scratching. At one point, I was scared to talk on a mic. I would run from the mic, and he's like, "No, you've got to learn how to do it." So he literally left me there one gig, like, "Oh, I've got to go to the restroom. I'll be back." And then someone came up and they're like, "We need an announcement." I'm like, "Oh no, 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 no." And from there, I did a decent job. And he's like, "See, it wasn't so bad." And I kept doing it. And I ended up being a club DJ in college. And here we are. From the opportunities I got in college, I saw a way to, there were no, at the time, I mean, really, there's still not really many of us here that own entertainment companies, females I'm speaking of, that actually do a, professional job and get paid, and continue to, collaborate with big names, and do it, as you said, as a career. So that's kind of how I segued into it. As far as what, kind of kept me going and wanting to go into this direction, I hit a wall in college where I didn't want to do clubs all the time. And I said, where else could I do, what I like to do? And I, was really studying for my MBA. And I finally said, "You know what? I'm just going to start my own business, and I'm going to do some weddings." Then eventually from the weddings, I got some corporate gigs. And then from there,
Okay.
I understood that, I'm a female drummer, and I have some musician friends. How about we put a band together? I put S&B together. And then from there,
Wow. Okay.
so, things kind of fell in place. I just had to take the leap of faith at the end of the day. And I'm continuing to
Okay.
do that, moving forward.
Wow. Okay. So who inspires you? musically? It's
This is
probably a long list.
the list. Let's see if I can reel that in. Let's see. Who would I put in my top 3? Artist
Let's
wise,
do it this hold on, let's do it this way.
okay, okay.
So, um, you played the drums. So, who are your top 3 drummers that inspire you to be a better drummer? I
Okay.
know that's hard.
Yeah, that's tough. One of my favorite drummers passed away recently, which is Aaron Spears. He was Usher's drummer for the longest and played for a multitude of others. So he was extremely inspiring to me. I've never had a chance to meet him, but I know people that met him and said he was an amazing person. Um, in addition to him, I would have to say Sheila E. 100%.
Yes.
Sheila E. top at the very top 3. And then maybe the third person would probably be, hmm, I don't know. I've been kind of browsing amongst a few people, but I'm gonna go with one of my friends that I grew up with.
Okay.
And she's played for some named artists. I I don't know if she wants me to say who they are, but um, Miss
Okay.
Hester is her last name. And she is amazing. I watched her in church for the longest. They call her Jay Latoya. I'll put it that way, Jay Latoya, and
Okay.
she's been someone I've kind of watched from afar and been able to bounce some ideas off of. So those are my top 3.
Now, top 3. Don't get mad at me because I'm about to go down the line. Top 3 for female vocalists.
I have to
Because
put
I'm gonna call it your jam set. I don't know the like
okay.
technical name, but
That's
you're a jam set at the event
hmm
had me at I want to dance right now and I'm not ready to leave. So I know you have 3 top female vocalists.
I do. I mean, number one, just let's just talk about vocals. We're not talking about the business side or anything. Vocals, hands down. I have
Right.
to
Right.
have my homie Whitney. She has to be in the top 3. Whitney Houston to the end of time.
Okay.
Um, I also will throw in a Jasmine Sullivan. Love her. And I recently saw Lettucey and Jesus.
Okay.
Wow. I had no idea. Like I knew she was a beast, but beast. That's
And
auntie.
live.
Yeah, live beast.
Live with no background music
Not
playing. Okay.
off script.
Okay.
Music stopped, and she's doing her own thing and saying, y'all just follow me if you can. If you can't, then that's cool too. I can do it by myself." Type of stuff. I mean, I was in awe. So I would say I have another like a
Wow.
laundry list because I love some Adele too, but um, it it just depends on my mood for the day, really.
Okay. And then the last 3 top male vocalists.
This is tough because oh man, okay, male vocalist.
And I'm gonna stop at that because I can go to rappers, I can go to gospel singers, I
Yeah.
can go. So I'm gonna stop with this could be the last 3 because I don't want to put you through any torture.
Oh Lord. I mean, I just have to be a Usher fan, first of all. But I'm really I'm a
Okay.
fan of Usher from the side of yeah, he can sing, but he's a performer as well. I
Yeah,
love that
he
about
is.
him. As far as people that are just powerhouse singers, um, you know what? I'm gonna pull out someone I personally know that's a local person. His name is DJ Young. crazy.
Mhm.
Love him.
Let me write the
Ray
name down.
DJ Young. He was not to, be his hype person, but Hamilton. He's been on The Voice. Um, Sick. He's done events for me as well.
Mm,
I love him,
okay.
and he's such a humble soul as well. And that's really where I connect with people too. And then my third one would be I'm gonna go old school, and I'm gonna go with Luther.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. The control that he had and the silkiness of his voice, ugh,
Yes.
phenomenal.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna stop you right there because, like I said, I can go rap, gospel, this, that. You'll be like, Mico. Okay. Um. So, do you think your mom says you can sing or can you sang?
I can sing. I know my lane.
Okay.
Uh, I can teach parts. I can sing your background vocals, but as far as leading the front, I'll make sure I have people in place for that.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
So let's get started with this website. While I'm bringing that up, let's see. Tell us how you came up with the name because this is your website, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Tell us how you came up with the name.
Going back to the same guy that kind of got me into this, he and his brother used to be like, man, once I got comfortable with, doing events and whatnot, you're like, Reatha, you got the skills. You just got skills. And I'm like, okay, well, thank you, whatever. And it's like it's just flows out of you. Like we tell you one time and you just do it. And sometimes you don't even have to. I don't have to be told to do something, and I'll do it. It's like it's just automatic, and I'm like, And I kept hearing this over and over, and I said, okay, how can we put this together in a way that makes sense? And I came up with Skillzmatic. So if it feels automatic to me and they say that I have skills, let's put the two together and see what we
Hmm.
come up with. And we have Skillzmatic Entertainment.
Okay. Let me actually put this on. So, yeah. All right. So, take me through. So the look of it, I just want to give a
Mhm.
compliment because when I brought the website up, when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay. Well, on her card she says owner, music director. Okay, so this may be her website or her company or whatever. Just the like, just even the colors.
Mhm.
It's so it's professional. I'll
Thank
just
you.
say that. It's very professional. Just the blend of like the purple, the black, the blue, just the people. So this was seemed like it was carefully thought out with the tabs because you have live bands, right?
Mhm.
DJs. You have I didn't mean to click on that, but go back to home. But home, live bands, DJs, enhancements, reviews. And then you
Mhm.
have upcoming events, the gallery, and contact us.
Mhm.
Sometimes people only have like maybe home, they might have DJs, they might have reviews, they'll have gallery and contact us, and that's it
Mhm.
for the websites that I've seen. But if you can do me a favor and kind of like take us through, so say
Mhm.
for instance, I have an event and I
Sure.
come on here and
Mhm.
I am either looking for a DJ or a live band.
Mhm.
Which which one, and I know it depends on the event, but which one would you
Mhm.
think that I should gear more to?
Honestly, once you go into those tabs are there for you to be able
Okay.
to take a look at, put a visual with what your kind of expectations would be for your event. We have carefully gone through, and again, side note, all of the images on my page are or on my website are from actual events that we've done. There is no
Okay.
we haven't used any kind of stock footage, and minus that one DJ controller right there. That's the only one. Everything
Okay.
that you see on my site is from events, and those are real people. But I would say,
Okay.
when you go into our contact us form, once you land on either live bands, DJs, or enhancements, you're going to be able to tell us, you kind of, are you looking for a live band? Are you looking for a DJ? Are you looking for both? Because we do that often, all the time, with the DJ and band combo. Are you looking for someone that's, wanting to just do a festival, whatnot? It's just a way for you to come onto the site and just see kind of, what we offer, hear some samples, see some samples, and then you can take the next step to say, I want to speak to whoever's going to be booking these people. And then from there, I would have a conversation with you, as I mentioned earlier, of, what are you looking for as far as your experience, or what kind of show do you want? Because you have options. And we also are in the business of creating custom experiences. So it could be a combo of all four of these bands here that we put something together to fit what you're looking for.
So you're saying, so you have, is it one, two, three, four? Are these
Mhm,
like bands? And so I can get SMB,
mhm.
and is it
Yes,
Kiana
Kiana Miles
Miles?
is an
So
artist
you're
I'm working
telling
with.
me, so you're saying that I can choose SMB and Kiana Miles to perform at my event. I get both as a combo.
You can.
Interesting. I never seen anything like that. Maybe it's just me. I mean, I don't go to like different websites and be like, oh, well, let me see if they have this, 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 and this. That's an interesting concept. And I'm saying that because you don't, you know what? I never really had a DJ. I always been the DJ of my, well, I only had like probably two or three events in my life of my own. But I've been the DJ, right? I put out my
Mhm,
iPad and I played the playlist. So
mhm,
this is what we're gonna listen to today.
mhm,
But yeah, wow, that's nice. So even like with the DJs, so
mhm.
this is more like, so it's not like a Booksy for barbers. This is more where they have to fill out the contact us page.
Yeah, yeah. You're gonna
Okay.
you can meet the DJs here, but I would basically again point anyone in a direction of hit that contact us, give me information on what you're looking for. And honestly, there's some times where I know that I have some DJs on staff that would be a perfect fit. Not that I don't want to do the event, and I would send, one of my other DJs to come and do it based on, what you're telling me you want. So I really try to focus my energy on making sure, again, that we create the best experience for our clients. And we do that by having that consultation and making it more of a personalized touch versus just giving you custom packages, or the pass not custom, but just packages that we've already put together and saying, this is what we have. We're not doing anything else outside of this. We want people to have the opportunity to say, hey, I'm looking for these elements, and how can you help me put that together? And I would be happy to have that conversation with them.
Okay. So I'm glad that you are a local company. You know, like some people, they start out in California or New York, or I'm from Chicago, or
Okay.
Chicago, and then they come here, and then
Hmm.
they have a location here, and then they have a location in Miami, and then they have whatever. So I'm
Hmm.
glad this is a local company. Now, are these? I see that you have. Is it Couples Choice Awards?
Yes, yes, that is for Wedding Wire. So the way
Okay.
that works is, when you book your clients, especially through Wedding Wire, you have an opportunity to have them review you. A
Hmm.
lot of times that there's a loophole to that. As you can see, it kind of
Okay.
stops at 2020, because a
Hmm.
lot of my business now comes outside of Wedding Wire. So sometimes when
Mm.
it's not verified through them, or folks just want to go directly to Google reviews, or go
Hmm.
to straight to my Facebook reviews versus doing the Wedding Wire. So that's where we haven't gotten those most recent Couples Choice Awards, but we still have plenty of reviews when you Google us, that are recent, and also for our Facebook as well. So I'm probably going to end up taking that off my site, if I'm being honest.
Wow. Now, do you want me to go to gallery and other tabs, or
No, you don't. You don't have to. I mean, I
okay.
personally, I'm actually in process of rebranding. It's so funny that I'm glad that you love this site. I'm actually thinking
I
that
yes.
I need to move forward
It's eye
and switch it
catching.
up. But
Okay.
yeah, so we're
Yes,
gonna.
I it's eye catching.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Because I mean, one of my niches, I'm a marketing strategist too. So I try to experiment
Okay.
with that as well, um, to make sure that, you know, I'm keeping up with the latest trends, as well as making sure that, folks can find us, because we all know, just from social media, these algorithms and all of that fun stuff, it gets crazy, and then you
Oh
can
my
get lost
gosh.
in the mix. So,
Yes. No, I
that's a constant
agree.
uphill
I
battle.
agree. Before we move forward, can you talk about? So I heard of Orlando Voyager. I know them very well.
Okay.
I'm actually going to be featured on that for Mico the Entrepreneur, but I
Okay.
did them in Texas
Mm,
for my dough beverage business. So
okay.
I was featured in that, but not. It didn't say Orlando, of course. I think it was called something else because they have like different variations
Right. Yes.
of the Voyager. So I've done that for Doe Beverage, and then when I moved back here to Orlando, the end of 22, I was approached, by the same people, and they said, "Oh," and I kept pushing it off, and now they just sent me an email, maybe like a couple of weeks ago, and so I told them I would do it, but just give me some time.
Yeah.
Because they want updated pictures and stuff like that. And I'm not as photogenic as I have a big personality, but just with taking photos, I'm just not that photogenic. So I have to be creative and come up with something.
Okay.
But if you can talk about, so Wedding Wire, if you can
Mhm.
talk about actually each of these briefly.
Sure. So, really, Wedding Wire, the Knots, they are now one company. Actually,
Oh,
they just did
wow. Okay.
a buyout, and the Knot owns Wedding Wire, I believe. So, but they still show themselves to the public as two separate, as a side note.
Okay.
But I am, I mean, once upon a time, those were my go-to. Those were my bread and butter, with
Okay.
making sure I get my wedding clients in the door. The Bash is also another entity that is similar to that of the Knot and Wedding Wire. So, it's somewhere where people that, may not be able to know exactly, where to go. They just know this place is where I can find X amount of services for my upcoming event. And they spit out all of these people based on, what the parameters are. That's essentially what those are. When we talk about Orlando Voyager, you already have kind of touched on that, where I did have a feature with Orlando Voyager. Someone else turned my name in for it, and very appreciative to them for that. and they did a feature on me with, Skillzmatic, and kind of something similar to what we're doing today, and wanted to, touch base on how I got started and what am I doing in the community, because I do try to give back as well. I love working with teenagers. I have a nonprofit that I've kind of put on hold for a little bit so I can focus my energy here with Skillzmatic, but I definitely try to stay connected with community events and opportunities, and make sure that we're able to cater to those that may not have access. And I know that music has changed my life drastically and really saved it. So I want to make sure that, our young people have an opportunity. And I'm not that old. I just want to put it out there. But our young people have an opportunity to, focus their energy in other places, and know that we do want them around and we do believe in them as being the future.
Yes, yes. I think and music is just like, look, in my past life and in my future life, I'm a drummer. Now I only have drumsticks. I don't even have a set. I had a practice pad, but I gave it away as a gift for someone. Long story.
Mhm,
When I
mhm.
lived in Nashville, but I still have my sticks. They're somewhere. I just have to find them. But I said when I get the opportunity to give me a drum set, that I don't know where I'm gonna play it because they're gonna put me out. It's too loud. I don't know where. If I bought it, I don't know where would I play. Where would I
I
can't play
mean,
it, right? Unless I
we're in
have a house.
2024. They got sticks that you just make the motion, and it's like you're playing a real drum set, and you just wear headphones.
Really? Oh, you shouldn't
Yeah,
have told me that. Now I
yeah,
got to go research that.
yeah. I
I've been
haven't gotten a pair
slacking.
yet, but I'm definitely interested, and I'm gonna test it out myself. I was just put on to them, so you don't even need a drum set anymore.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Now I'm happy. You shouldn't even told me that. Oh my gosh. So do you teach? Do you teach lessons? Like do you I know you don't have the time, but like if you could, that would be something that you can do. I'm trying to give you another job to do.
I know. I have a couple of actual friends that are like, "Hey, teach me how to play," and I'm like, "Listen, I've got a lot going on right now, and maybe in the future, because I do enjoy teaching
Mhm,
when I can, but
mhm,
I that's not something that I've kind of dabbled in too much. But I do have phenomenal people
mhm.
that do teach in my camp, and I send anyone that wants to learn to them, and they come back raving. So I have plenty of people that can teach
Oh wow.
as
Okay.
well. So yes, plug anybody that wants to learn. Feel free to reach out to us as well.
Now I see you have Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If I click on, can I open those tabs here, or do you need to update?
Yeah, you can go ahead. It should take you right to our social platforms.
Okay, let me see. Oh, I think I got to add that in. Okay, hold on. Let's see. It's bringing it up.
Okay.
So I don't want to jinx it on here because it, me and the Wi-Fi, is they want to get sleepy. They start getting sleepy at the end of the night. So I don't want to bring up the social media. Um, but you can shout that out later once we come to a close. This is really interesting. I'm glad that we were able to have this interview. I'm glad that let me get this off. Hold on. Let me remove this. All right. It's not too many people who they're in a career of like music. So either they work at a college, they work at a primary, a secondary school,
Mhm.
They may have their own business, they work at a music store, but and I'm not saying it's not other entrepreneurs and small business owners out there that have this type of business, a place where you can like. I'm still stuck on getting a DJ and a live band together combo. No, I'm serious because you don't really hear that. It's either I'm a DJ, I'll come to your event, or I'm a live band. I never really heard of you getting like both, and
And
I
we're doing
like
it
that.
next week. We have it literally have an event in down south in Florida, and we will be going to do exactly that, DJ and a 10-piece live band for a wedding.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about.
And it's a good time.
Now.
I'm telling you,
So,
it's a good time.
well, if you can get me that set that you had 2 weeks ago on a CD, send it my way because sometimes I just need to like I said, I don't go to clubs and you just want to dance. You know how you clean up, you wash dishes, you clean, it just helps you, right? To
Hmm.
like put on your headset, your headphones or whatever, your earbuds or whatever, and you just dance to the music and in your head, like in my head, I can dance. No, I'm just
And that's fine. That's all that matters.
I'm kind
That's
of,
all
yeah, I
that
think if well, no, I know back in the day when I was younger, I did used to dance. And if I would have had someone to invest in me, invest in my skill of dancing, I could have been a choreographer, I could have been a dancer. But I have so many skills from A to Z, so adding that would just put me up here, right?
yeah. Stretched too
But
thin.
right. So if before we go ahead and come to a close, what other events? I know you just mentioned one that's coming up. Two things. So what so if someone's watching this right now and they love music, they got their first pair of headphones or they have a mic, what would you tell that person if they're doing this for a career or just to make some money on a side hustle? How would you tell them to get into being a music director?
I mean, find somebody that you can shadow. I started out shadowing. That's all I did. I sat and I watched. And then behind closed doors, I would try it.
Wow.
So if you can find somebody that's willing to, and again, you have to understand that they may not have the budget to pay you to come and sit. I was not paid for the longest coming to watch and be a sponge to understand what's happening. And once you do that, and I mean, there's ways where I've personally taught people and I put them to work while teaching. And I would say, if you could find someone
Hands
that can do
on.
that for you, yes. So yes, you're trying to understand how to DJ. Okay, well, I need an extra hand to load in the equipment and know how to plug in all of the different XLR cables. And now I might have budget to pay you and you're coming to learn. So be open to those opportunities as they come
Mm,
and offer that as some assistance. Don't just say, hey, I want to just sit here and watch you. Let me help you. Let me help you while you're helping me. And I
mhm.
guarantee you it'll be easy to find somebody that is willing to, take you under their wing. If I could do it, I would do it. and we could move forward with, teaching you the ropes. and happy for you to, like my mentor did, release you into the wild and create your own business.
Release. Fly, eagle fly.
Fly, little bird.
Wow. You know, so I hate to end this interview, but I think I'm going to need a part 2 from you.
Okay,
I'm going to
we
need a
can make that
part
happen.
2. And if in a part 2, maybe you can bring like an intern on and we can have like a panel type of Q&A um, type of interview
That works.
that
We
we
can
can
make that
go.
happen. Yeah, we can definitely make that happen. I'm happy to do that. I have a couple people in mind already. So whenever you are ready to do that, just let me know. And I will jump on it and have a nice panel of people ready to discuss and continue, moving forward with um, developing more people for this business. Because truly, I would love to have more females involved because it's, as you mentioned earlier, very male dominated. So nothing against my male counterparts. Love you guys as well. And I just want to make sure that we're not forgetting about our little girls and our young adults. I mean, shoot, I've seen people come and they're older and they would still be willing to come and learn how to do this stuff, and I love it because music it transcends through many barriers. I've seen it bring together people that you would never think should be in the same room, and at the end of the day, they're high fiving each other and they're swaying together,
Right.
and singing and dancing. So we can speak and get things done in a bigger picture if we can all just take a step back and just be a sponge. Literally, be a sponge. Listen, do more of this, and do
Right.
less of this.
I agree.
I
So let's go ahead and close out. This is real live. This is how it works sometimes.
and that's okay.
um, so
It's
thank
fine.
you guys for watching this interview. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions for Reatha, please put them in the comments below. Uh, she'll probably reach out to you depending on what question you put. Um, but I'll have all her information and all social media links, her website. If you want to book her or one of her live bands or other music directors, just make sure that you look at the information in the description below. And we'll see you guys in the next interview.
Thank you so much for having me, Mico.